the one and only Darren Green Show. Back at it again, talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 16, episode 4, The Vault. Welcome, guys. It's your boy Darren Green, your weekly dose of pop culture news, music, social media gossip, and reality TV. Please be sure that if you're watching this on YouTube to leave your thoughts in the comments. I cannot stress this enough. We need to get them recommendations up. Leave this video with a like. And also, if you're not subscribed to the channel by now, subscribe to that goddamn channel. Also, for the audio listeners, hey, be sure to leave a rate and review. Make sure you're following and or subscribing from wherever you are listening to the podcast at, okay? So, like I said, we got to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta, episode 4, The Vault. I did tell you when the episode is lit, we're going to get a separate video on the matter, okay? And I just... right when I got done watching this, because I'm recording this on Monday, I had to turn on my cameras and lights and get started because it's a lot going on. There's a lot that I want to mention. It's a lot that I'm seeing that I'm not liking. Okay. And I'm not even just talking about the cast members. I'm talking about production wise and stuff. And I'm just like, okay, what's really going on or what really happened? You get what I'm saying? So I'm going to timeline everything as much as I can. We're going to leave some stuff out because some stuff I just don't care to talk about. Some people I don't care to talk about, you know what I'm saying, until it's time to talk about them. Okay. And with further ado, let's get into this timeline. It starts off with Angela working out with Brittany Edie. We get a little moment right there. She was talking about how her mother and husband, well, Angela was talking about how her mother and husband were arguing over cleaning and dealing with trials and tribulations with the mother-in-law and her husband and all this other stuff, getting into it. And all that was good. Angela is having a get-together. She mentions that it's going to be at the bank, which we'll get into that a little bit later, of course. But she talks about how she wants to invite everybody. And she brings up Shamia and says, I really feel like we really started off on bad terms and hopefully we can be able to mend the bond and this, that, and the third. Brittany Edie's yeah. And she starts to get into Kenya and saying, I don't know what's going on with Kenya. Here is my thing, and we can start this video off with this because I'm already letting you know how I feel about Miss Brittany Edie girl. I'm not liking her. I'm not liking her. And I feel bad about the whole revenge porn thing. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into that in the next episode, as you can tell. But I don't like that girl. It's something about her I don't like. She got like a nasty ass attitude. She gives very much baddies. She gives love and hip hop. And I don't mean to sound elitist, but we just going to have to talk. We just really going to have to talk right now. I have to be completely honest. I cannot lie. Like, I'm not liking this girl at all. And she does give like, I don't know, like she wants to start problems and stuff like that. She starts talking about Kenya. At the end of the day, what do you really have against Kenya? Kenya didn't even touch you yet. Like, you know your parents' child, you get disciplined by your parents, and then you know the whooping is coming, child. And you over here boo-hooing and crying, you know their parents say, I ain't even touched you yet. That's what it's giving now, because Kenya okay, she talked about your damn wedding band and has not addressed you ever since. Y'all been cordial. What is your problem? Every episode, like she's making this a bigger situation than what it already is. We've seen Kenya be very vicious and very vulgar when it comes to coming for these ladies. But Brittany Edie, girl, what is the tea? Is there something that was cut out or something? So yeah, I don't understand why she brought up Kenya. So that's going to be a thing when we get into the dinner. The scene cuts to Shamia. She's working on a song. It sounds good. I had no idea that she worked with Carrie Hilson. That was, she's a roundaway girl. Okay. Like she did a lot of things. You get what I'm saying? She is not just a housewife. Okay. She wears many hats and she had many lives, child. Next thing you know, she's going to be a firefighter. I'm telling you right now. But she talks about Angela basically saying that she wants to, I feel bad for what I said, called her LaToya Jackson, this, that, and the third. They really ain't got no beef with each other, child. It was a miscommunication. At the end of the day, Angela is Drew's friend and Shamia, your Porsha's friend. And the friends are beefing with each other. The friends of the friends are beefing with each other. It ain't no real beef, child. And what annoyed me was they got the person cutting the grass. I'm like, I'm hearing the grass getting cut more than the conversation. I'm like, what's going on? If you don't tell them people to stop for a second while they taping, you know it's only going to take a couple minutes to tape because nothing really is talked about here. Anyway, another scene I want to talk, Porsha in this damn meeting, girl. Let's talk about that for just a little bit because she's talking about rebranding her bedsheet brand. Okay, she wants to do more home decor. I'm like, okay, Sheree. and we're gonna get that in spring, summer. She then started talking about her Go Naked hair brand, and one of the workers mentioned Drew, right? And when she mentioned Drew, right, apparently this person, this representative was like, oh, well, Drew wanted to speak with me. She had her and Dennis, like, we're talking about, we want to support Drew in her music venture and all this other stuff. Why are you talking to Porsha's people about what Drew got going on with her music and all? I thought that was very weird. On Porsha, I don't, girl, this whole scene seemed very coached, and I'm not gonna hold you. Porsha was getting on my nerves too. We're definitely gonna get into that a little bit later. This seems very doctored, and it seems like Porsha told that man to say that. Because what is the correlation with Drew, Porsha's rep, and Dennis doing some goddamn music? I don't get it. I don't understand. Porsha goes on talking about well, I can't exactly fire her because Go Naked Hair is a corporation. It's an actual business. I have HR. I have admin. I'm like, girl, shut up. You can fire that girl. It's just it's so stupid. It just, like, I think Portia's fighting for her life. And I will expound on that a little bit later. I think she's really fighting for a storyline or fighting to be like the anchor of this show. And it really is just not resonating and really is just not working. And I'm sorry how that may sound harsh, but it just is the God's honest truth. It's not working out, okay? Porsha was always second fiddle to the HBCs. You get what I'm saying? And I think now she has a little bit of pull here, but like you can't really give the tea like you want to give the tea. Like you're not at your house. You can't really talk too much about this divorce. So you're making up stuff with the girls. That's what it's just looking like. Anyway, speaking of Drew meets with Ralph. They're at home. They're co-parenting. And Drew makes a statement on her confessional saying that I feel like we're so much better as co-parents and all this other stuff, all that in a bag of chips. The kids are playing. Ralph is there doing his thing. Drew doing her thing. Child, she running around, falling, breaking her legs and stuff. Girl, the kids go away. Okay, and that's when the real conversation starts. And Ralph gets a confessional for the first time in the season. And he basically says that the whole process of this divorce is completely ridiculous. He claims that he only wants 50-50 custody. Now, as y'all know, that is something that Drew did not say. Okay, he wants alimony. He wants half the businesses. He wants some of her finances. And he wants child support. I believe he wants something for the children, like child support. So I'm like, well, no, she said that he wants full custody, which to me, it just makes no sense. But that's what he said. The producer was talking about oh my goodness, why are you doing this confessional with no shirt on? And I'm just like, he free now, child. He's showcasing that self, child. Let me say something. Ralph is a very attractive man. Let's be very clear on that. He looked good in that confessional, but I can tell he is that sexy devil. Okay. They said that they found out, or the kids found out that they're getting a divorce. And Ralph said that one of the kids like showed them like an article of people saying that, hey, they're getting a divorce or whatever. And Drew said that it was put in an order that they not tell the kids about the divorce. Now, I've never been married, nor do I know the ins and outs of like law and stuff like that and what it takes to the law aspect of getting a divorce, marrying this, that, and the third. I never heard of that. Like you can't tell your kids that, hey, mommy and daddy's not gonna be mommy and dad anymore. We're gonna divorce. We're gonna separate. I never heard of that before. Maybe that's just some rich thing, because at the end of the day, when the family feuds, honey, everybody in the family now. You get what I'm saying? Is on Front Street. So I don't know how you're supposed to keep that information, especially when these people are like celebrity. These are E-list celebrities. They go to school. They got kids that watch TV, that got parents that know, ooh, my son go to the same school the girl from Housewives do. And the kids probably telling the other kids, yeah, your parents getting a divorce, I heard. I think that's doing such a disservice to the kids because they are blindsided because they have to go into the world and find out that their parents are divorcing before their parents actually telling them. I don't think that's true. I think that Drew is lying, but I could be wrong. It could be a real thing. Please, somebody tell me in the comments if that's a thing. I never heard of that before. So what else happened, child? Now, Ralph rags on Drew for saying, well, you like to send me a lot of these articles about narcissists. I'm not a narcissist. And then Drew was like, no, you are a narcissist. She gets in the confessional, child, and the producer asks her, girl, what's the definition of a narcissist? This girl had to pull out her phone. Honey, if you don't know what words mean, honey, we can't just be calling people things that we don't know the actual meaning to. If you can't pull that thing out, someone that cares about themselves, someone that prioritizes themselves over other people. And that's what she said when she initially searched it up. But I'm like, dang, girl, you over here sending people articles about narcissism, girl. Did you read the article that you sent to freaking Ralph? It's just Drew is, I can't hate Drew. She's so dumb. But at the end of the day, like Drew, she's just, girl, how you don't know what I think she's worse than Porsha when it comes to, you know how what Porsha used to come on the show and she was like, people said she was a little dumb. I think Drew got her beat, honestly, and that's saying something, child. Anyway, I mean, at the end of the day, I think that the way the scene closed, it was a little sad to see like Drew and Ralph reconcile the fact that, hey, this divorce is very much real and very much, hey, like, it is what it is. I feel like I'm doing much better. Ralph doesn't seem like I thought he would be more into this divorce than she was, but apparently maybe he's having some type of regrets. I'm not sure. I don't know. But it was a little sad to see that. I don't like to see people get divorced. That's not a fun time. Anyway, we get a scene with Kenya and Kelly. I didn't know that they were cool. Okay, I thought, because Kelly definitely be up Brittany Edie ass. Okay, let's be very clear on that. So I was very surprised to see that they did a scene. And we get to see Kenya Moore hair salon or whatever. And it looks nice. It looks very much like Kenya. And Kelly brings a bodyguard to the scene, essentially. And she gets into the details, basically saying it's because of her ex. She actually has a restraining order on him now. He threatened to off her in court. They held him in contempt, and the judge granted her the restraining order. But this has all to do with like business and stuff like that. When they were together, they started the businesses that she was explaining in the previous episodes. And basically after the divorce, no, these are mine. And she ended up just taking over it. And I guess he didn't like that. I mean, yeah, because he got to start like bottoms up. Like, you get what I'm saying? To get back into another business. So he wants to obviously keep the businesses that they made together. But that ain't how the shit work. You should have had your businesses in order. The fact that he threatened her in court, like allegedly, because it's her words, but that's crazy. That's wild. Who the hell you married, child? Anyway, they have a heart to heart, and Kenya gets emotional. And I thought she was joking when she said, "I blew my whole child's college education on this spa." And I thought she was joking, but she started crying, and then she really was like, "Yeah, I'm really scared. Like, how do I get people in?" I'm like, we having these questions now. She said she's like $400,000 in, and I'm like, in the hole? Or you spent 400. I didn't get that part. You get what I'm saying? And I'm like, girl, look, Kenya is a declarated former Miss USA. I mean, she's been on Housewives for so many years. You don't have a base that's already, people are not going to just, you haven't even opened it yet. So I feel like we don't know what the business is going to look like once it's opened and stuff like that. So I think that people are still, you got to give people time. When it comes to a lot of these service work jobs and service work businesses, like I have a friend that's a massage therapist. You get what I'm saying? Clientele, it was hard in the beginning, but once you keep on moving and keep on pushing and keep on networking, people are going to show up. You're Kenya Moore. I mean, like you're on a big pedestal right now and you have a big following. People are going to show up. You get what I'm saying? So, and you had your hair care businesses for so long. So those fans are probably, that's in the Atlanta area, will probably show up for you. But I don't know, child. I thought that was very telling of her crying. And first of all, she'll never get emotional in front of fresh meat. She'll never show her true colors with new girls. So Kenya really must be scared. And this really must be a hard decision for her. Anyway, we get a meeting with Brittany and the sister. Do not care about that. We'll move on. We get Drew in the studio. Sorry, Drew. I don't care about that. I don't care about you having a couple seconds doing this damn song and then you over here talk about, oh, Dennis, we got to talk. Everybody got the room. Like, girl. Anyway, we get to the bank. Because that's the moment we've all been waiting for, child. Look, that's the moment we have all been waiting for. So they get to this restaurant. Let me just say, the restaurant is cute. I love how the door opens. It's like a big old vault or whatever. And I know everybody's anticipating this showdown with Kenya and Brittany Edie, and we will get into that. Don't you worry. But let's talk about how Porsha was a whole weirdo this entire time. Like like, first of all, her confessional coming up in there talking about something. Oh, I only know Bankhead. I don't know nothing about the bank. Like it gave very much, girl, this is the ghetto. That was her child, the ghetto moment. That was her. She trying to have a Nene moment. I'm just like, girl, you got to be authentic with it. Kenya strays away from wearing black. Girl, don't be shady. Like, he ain't always gonna be shady. I don't have any black clothes. I don't know what you guys are talking about. She's sitting next to Brittany Edie now. She goes in for a little hug, and it was a little church hug. I don't know you. I don't like. I'm sorry if anybody ever got offended because I don't hug. I'm not a hugger anyway. If I'm hugging you, that means I like you. You know what I'm saying? In that way. So yeah, if I give somebody that is not like that a hug, yeah, I'm gonna give you a church hug. I'm gonna give you like a little fake non-touching hug. She said, Brittany Edie was like, oh, Kenya, really? You gave me a pat. You want this girl to freaking tongue you down? Is that what you want? See, Brittany Edie be wanting people to kiss her ass. And my thing is, girl, you're new meat. Don't nobody know you yet. You're not that girl yet. You can be, but we don't know you. So you over here trying to pull rank, girl, sit the fuck down. Honestly. Okay. Now, what else happened? Shamia shows up and she gives an olive branch to Angela. That was a little cute little moment. They got over their little thing or whatever. And I was like, oh, that's so cute. Kelly said that Drew ain't buying nothing. So you know the last episode where Kelly was doing this little fundraiser thing at Balmain, and she claims Drew ain't buying nothing, child. And Drew tried to pull up some receipts, and Drew always got these receipts, but the receipts wasn't a receipt. Like, you were texting a sales rep at the place. Where's the invoice? Girl, you didn't buy nothing. You didn't buy nothing, just like you bought chicken tenders and fries at the bank. Because it was really when they was ordering, and then Drew was like looking around like with her phone. Girl. It is so funny, child. Anyway, Kenya announces the opening to the salon, and she essentially invites everybody. Oh, I forgot to tell you about that whole Kelly situation. So Drew shows Kelly the phone and telling her about the sales rep. And then, mind you, Dennis is texting. And she said, hold up, it's a group chat. It's a group chat. Girl. Anyway. Shamia shows her new song. And this is where I say Porsha she's weird as fuck. Like, Porsha is weird in this moment right now. Like, Porsha was like, oh my God, it's a song. Is it a diss track? Like, what? So basically, she starts playing the music, and then Porsha speaks again and, oh, what? That ain't you, girl. That's Drew. Like, girl, that's Drew. Kept on saying that's Drew, and that's literally her singing. She tries to explain it in the confessional, talk about something. No, I'm not trying to be shady that it's not Drew. I'm just saying she sounds like Drew, like it's good. Girl, what? That was weird. That was definitely weird, because my thing is this, and let's be clear, best friends, we shade each other. We shade each other when we're on the phone, when it's just us. It's a me and her setting. But when I'm around other people, my equals and stuff like that, and we don't do the whole shady best friend talk like that when everybody else around, because everybody else will think, ooh, she being shady. Ooh, she really, you know what I'm saying? You don't want people to start speculating that y'all not really cool like that or whatever, and then that's when rumors will start and stuff like that. So I'm like, for Porsha to sit there and be like that, like you're being a weirdo, mean girl, and it's not coming off authentic. One, it's not coming off authentic. And two, what did Shamia do to deserve all this? Mom getting in your head right now because of that last episode? I don't get that. I really don't get that. So yeah, that was the thing. They go back and forth. Porsha's a hater. They start this messy game, child. You know it ain't Housewives until they do a damn game. You got to put a question in the goddamn hat or the box, and then you pass it around the room and somebody answers the question and stuff like that. Somewhere down the line also, Porsha says that she got tea on Angela's man. Porsha strikes again. I feel like this is really mainly on Porsha, because Brittany, we ain't get to the Brittany Edie stuff yet. What the hell do you know on this girl, man? And what is it? And you're not even trying to divulge. You over here saying, I'm not going to say nothing, but I got some tea on your man. Girl, we got some tea on your man. Your man's is. Your man getting deported. Husband, You getting a divorce and he not letting you tape inside the house. You have to tape outside of your house. We've never seen your house on Housewives of Atlanta yet. Girl, we can go all day. Like, Porsha I don't know what's going on. I don't know if she a little geeked up or something, but she was definitely on something that day. But then they started asking, it was 3 questions for Kenya. And I'm just like, who keep on asking these questions for Kenya? Somebody asked Kenya what panties she got on. And apparently Kenya was freeballing, child. She showed everybody that damn moose knuckle. And I was like, girl, are we serious? Is this who we are? Is this what we become? I beg your pardon? Like, girl. Okay, so another question, and this is from Brittany, obviously, because it says, Kenya, why are you so worried about happily married women's wives? And then another question, because Kenya was like, I'm not. Or she said something to the effect of, oh, yeah, I am, like trying to play on to it or whatever. And then was like, girl, this is the stupid ass question. Another question was like, Kenya, can you say something nice about Brittany? And I'm just like, was Brittany just writing? Was she writing like a lot of notes so that one of the things could get picked from? And this is where I get into Brittany, because Brittany, you orchestrated this. You tried to orchestrate this whole thing. The fact that there was 3 questions for Kenya, and your ass was writing multiple Kenya shady questions so that somebody can pick one so we can start this drama, because that's exactly what happened. Because at the end of the day, they started going back and forth, and she was like, well, yeah, you were talking about my husband and talking about my ring. Still talking about this same little thing that happened in episode 1, girl. We're so past that damn wedding band ring thing. Because people that's happy in their marriage, they ain't really giving a crap about that. People that's secure in their marriage ain't dragging you. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you think it's a band or not. Like, girl, you see this man, you see this out, you see what I got going on? So your man a punk anyway, child. Now, anyway, so what else happened, child? They get into it. Somewhere down the line, Kenya was like, you're trying to find your moment. And that's basically what it was. You know, she's trying to find a moment. She's trying to get an argument. And it seems to get these new girls riled up. Every time somebody clocks them on the fact that you're trying to get a moment, it makes them even more mad, because it's just, damn, like, I want to get into this moment with this girl and she's not trying to play with me. Yeah, no, she ain't trying to play with you because you're thirsty and you're coming on too strong. She said, I don't deal with peasants. And apparently that's what really set Brittany Edie off. She's being called a peasant, set her all the way off. Now, at this point, it's over. They walk away. Everybody walk into their car. Brittany Edie is still going. Her and Kelly is kikiing and all in the hom and this, that, and the third. Brittany Edie's calling herself being mad, because I don't believe she was mad at anything. I don't believe she was upset about anything that day. She talk about something. I still got a pistol. I got a pistol. I can pistol whip somebody. I'm sorry, on this show, are we talking about guns on this network? It went from Real Housewives of Atlanta to baddies, and real quick, because at the end of the day, I don't know where you from, but we don't do shit around here like this. You better go ahead, talk to Mona and him, go over there, because I don't know what you got going on over here. Husband spawned out of nowhere, child. She said, where's my husband? Where's my husband? Girl, don't nobody want that punk. Ain't nobody worried about that punk. Like, she was pissing me off. Like, it got me so riled to make this video. But you know what? We're going to get next episode. It's going to be the salon scene. That's the only thing that I'm looking forward to with the next episode. You'll get a separate breakdown for that as well. And a lot of people are talking about this on TikTok, so I just want to bring this to the forefront. It's very weird how they're doing this season, because after this episode, we're likely never going to see Kenya again on the season, right? And I think some of this shit is doctored. You get what I'm saying? Okay, yes, Kenya did what she did. You know, she showed pictures, and we see the little flashcards, we see the little board she was holding up of pictures of Brittany Edie. But I think, oh girl, oh my God, y'all about to call me hypocritical. You know, when somebody picks on you and pick, and then you blow up, and then you're the one that gets in trouble. I think we're seeing that here with Kenya. Like, These last couple episodes, I mean, it's only been what? But this is the third episode, fourth episode? Yeah, the fourth episode. Brittany Edie has been putting little seeds and little things, about Kenya, and Kenya blew up. Now, granted, I don't think that what Kenya did was right. She should never did that. You played into it. And you got fired. I just don't like the way this looks. I don't like the way it looked. And without Kenya, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be a lot of episodes that's just going to be talked about on the Wednesday show when Kenya leaves and this shit is dry. I'm just letting y'all know. Kenya did make a tweet with last night's episode, and she basically said, being the longest standing Real Housewives of Atlanta member threatened with whips and pistols by a newcomer 3 weeks into filming, seeing this obsession play out is scary. I wanted protection and assurance that the threats would be taken seriously. I may be strong, but I'm not bulletproof. # Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I think that, we should not look past the whole pistol whip comments. We don't know where this girl is from. I never heard of this girl a day in my life. I don't know if if she IG famous. She looked like an IG model. She looked like she been through some stuff. She looked like, we don't know what this girl is capable of. Nobody knows her, but I mean, I'm pretty sure they did little background checks over there at Bravo. But she talk about pistols. Revenge porn is bad too. But like, girl, that's threats. That's like she about to do bodily harm. I don't know. I think this is very weird. I don't like how they're taking Brittany Edie's side. I said that last episode, and I really am saying that now. I don't like this. Okay. And I think I find it unfortunate that Kenya is being kicked out of this role. I think she need to come back. I think they need to bring her back. Because she has definitely, with this situation that's about to happen next episode, it's going to be the talk of the season. So I don't know how y'all can whisk and fade her all y'all want in the end. But what are we really talking about? Look, at the end of the day, guys, please tell me what you think in the comments. I will be back with the next installment of this. So maybe y'all come. It's going to be tentative on Wednesday. I'm not seeing any topics and stuff like that. I'm not really seeing stuff going on this week, child. But if something comes up, I might do a little episode that's me free reign talking and stuff like that. And I might just end up doing that because I'm not really seeing any topics brewing other than the topics I already talked about. But we will see you when we see you, okay? Be sure to leave a comment.